So when it comes to the UK, as bad as it sounds, we've now got a Labour government. I mean, it really did feel like they were just going to be the opposition party forever. But here we are, and they've won by a landslide. But I just wanted to take a few minutes today just to talk about how you're feeling. Because although the election night is probably one of the best nights on TV, like for anyone who's into politics, the election coverage is pretty much as good as it gets. But what we saw that election night, to actually witness a Labour landslide, it's probably got most of you, including myself to be fair, feeling pretty deflated. And it's not an uncommon thing to feel either, because I talked to you about some personal experience, and I'm sure you've seen a few more elections than I have. But like I said, I just wanted to see if this could help you process it. So I've said a couple of times now that generally speaking, when it comes up to an election night, I book the following day off of work. That way I can just stay up all night and absorb it all. You know, just flick through the channels like BBC, Sky, and see what the Americans are saying about it as well. And most of the time, those votes have actually gone in my favour. Because I did vote for Brexit and I stayed up all night to watch the results. Hands down, one of the best nights on TV that I've ever seen. I remember my dad came into my room, I was living at my parents' at the time, and my dad came into my room at about 6 in the morning, and he said, "Are you still up?" And I said, "Dad, are you mad? This is 6 a.m, this is election night, this is prime time." And it really is a decent feeling, especially when you win. So obviously we got Brexit, so it ended quite well. Then later on that year, I booked the Trump election off. And honestly, that, again, one of the best nights on TV that I've ever seen. Just seeing Trump win. Like, following it for years before, and then actually seeing it come to fruition. So like I said, that was another good result. Then you fast forward to the 2020 presidential elections. And there is a point that I'm going to make, a point that ties into the UK elections. So if you fast forward to the 2020 presidential one, where obviously you know the result of that one, they say that Biden won. But after following that race, at that point for years, watching all of the debates, watching all of the US campaign ads, and really absorbing as much information about the US election as I could. And truth be told, I really wanted Trump to win. But like I said, obviously you're aware of the result. And how I felt at the time, not only was I tired, because obviously I'd stayed up all night, but I was probably feeling pretty similar to yourself at the moment. Just seeing that Labour landslide. Kinda deflated, because all of your work feels in vain. Kinda confused, because it's the first time in a very long time that we've had a Labour government. So you are going to feel some confusion. And probably a bit of worry as well. Because now that we've actually got Labour in power, like there's nothing stopping them from just putting in all of these cringe policies. So for me in 2020, that was the first time that I had watched an election whilst wanting a candidate to win that did not go my way. And I remember feeling it vividly. I remember thinking it's going to be some bad times. Like the Democrats are in, just like Labour are in now. And it didn't occur to me at the time. But as the months progressed, especially looking back, honestly, it was kind of a good thing. Now hear me out, I'm not saying that Labour getting in is a good thing, because it is awful. And I think splitting the Conservative vote, it probably wasn't the best move. But the reason why I actually think it was a bit positive, in how 2020 didn't go in my favour, was now the fact that you had the other side, which in this case is Labour, they're now in power. So they're now going to be held accountable, just like Joe Biden was. And when they put in these policies, which they are going to have to put some policies in, but when they put those policies in, they're going to have to take responsibility. So it's a little bit different. Like, I'm not saying that the Conservatives were your guys. I'm not saying that they were on your team. But it's a little bit different because now we've got what has been the opposition party for 14 years. Now we've got them in power. So that 14-year card, that's gone out the window. They can't say that anymore. They're now in power, meaning their decisions, their consequences, and their responsibility. And obviously you're aware of what happened with Trump and Biden, and the way that it did pretty much backfire on them all. And a very similar thing could happen with Labour, in the sense that they just keep making mistake after mistake, and people once again realise why it is that a Labour government is actually quite bad. Because now the Conservatives, instead of getting moaned at left, right and centre 27 times a day, now what the Conservatives can do is they can just say, look, hang on a sec, it's nothing to do with me. This new plan, Keir Starmer wants to do what? And they just said, nah, nothing to do with me. I had nothing to do with this one. So the Conservatives probably are going to be able to rebuild. And a lot of it is, like I said, just going to have to do with the fact that they can now say it's nothing to do with them. But yeah, I just wanted to share that story. Like I said, 2016 Brexit went my way, I felt great. 2016 Trump went my way, and I felt even greater. Then 2020 didn't go my way. Very similar to this election, because it just left us with a leftist government, like the Democrats and Labour. But there was a silver lining with it not going our way. It turns out that it was very funny. But does that make sense to you? And does this personal experience give you just a little bit of perspective? Because in a couple of months' time, when Labour's started to push some policies, and we're all able to get together as a collective, and just laugh at some of the weird stuff that they're doing. Honestly, I think we should take the silver linings where we can. So, thank you for becoming one of the 38,668 subscribers. Thank you to the channel members, and thank you for checking out this video on screen.
This country has gone crazy.